Hey, Twitter's pretty wild right now. People are saying they're lonely and stuff.
Loneliness is an unpleasant emotional response to perceived isolation. Loneliness is also described as social pain, a psychological mechanism which motivates individuals to seek social connections. It is often associated with an unwanted lack of connection and intimacy.
Cool answer, man, but that's not what I was asking for. Hey, wait. Oh, hey there. I'm Mauricio. Hope everything's going well for you. My life has been stuck in a 4-cycle loop consisting of Netflix, lounging around, watching YouTube, and doing at-home workouts. I think I've spent so much time with myself that I think I've started to hit peak insanity because I've decided to make a robot friend. What? Robot friend? Only crazy people do that. Do you know that? Only crazy people do that. Fuck. That's exactly right. I am crazy. And do you want to know how I built it? Well, here we go. Well, here's a list of all the electronics you're going to need. A Raspberry Pi, which is going to be the brains of the operation. 2 servo motors, which are going to control the jaw and arm movement. A servo motor controller, because the Raspberry Pi sucks at controlling servos. A garbage microphone from Amazon, because we need to pick up our voice. A Raspberry Pi camera, which is going to pick up our face for the face detection. An RGB LED, which is proven to increase performance, which it didn't at all. A 9-volt battery for the servos, which is pretty overkill, and a rat's nest amount of wires. Then bring it over to your microwave, open it up, place your components in, scramble your fingers on the number pad, accidentally press the clock button because that's what you're supposed to do. Put 22 minutes and 22 seconds, enter, leave, come back. Hopefully if you did everything right, World War II didn't start in your microwave. Give it a good check, give it a shake, give it a nod, close your microwave, pour everything out on the countertop, and everything should be connected properly. And they say electronics couldn't be any easier. So these are all the boxes that I've been saving from Amazon, and I think there's no other better use than to put them for the robot body. Now, to be honest, I didn't think this body was out of cardboard was gonna take so long. I was at this for a good 3 hours. 3 hours! I don't know why I did this to myself. Because I made a 3D model on Fusion 360. I mean, look at this. Look at this. I gave it a rotating jaw. I gave it a slot for the servo and a nice little cap to keep everything all together. I could have been laying on a couch watching Tiger King or that nonsense dating show Love is Blind. But here we are making it out of cardboard because I thought it would be fun. Because that's what really matters, right? Oh, and then I also didn't give myself enough clearance for putting in the electronics. So that was a pain in the butt. That's why you could see me like putting my hair in the camera and my hand just barely fitting in, putting in all the electronics in. But you know, hindsight is 20/20. And you live and you learn. But 10 out of 10 would not recommend this unless it's a last resort. It came out a lot better than I thought it would. It looks like a janky prototype T1000 or even better, a Walmart brand C3PO. Like, imagine waking up to that red LED looking into your eye. It's amazing. It even has a 5 head for headbutting people when it's not anchored down, which some might say is a defect, but I'm not saying it is. I've tiptoed us closer to the robot singularity, which you can thank me for later. Warning, the following contents may induce drowsiness, clicking away from the video, general disinterest, etc, etc. You get the deal. You've probably made it this far into the video, so you probably want to see how the code works, right? Well, we'll get into that right now. For this facial recognition, I have two parts of the code here. One where it loads in my face, which has a file with a couple of pictures of my face, so the facial recognition software recognizes what I look like and differentiates me from what other people look like. And then in the start scan function, I have it where it checks my face with other people's faces and see how similar it is to the file that I have with my face. That way it knows if it's me or not and not confuse it with other people. So if I were to run this part of code, here we go. The program, when it's loading up my face, takes a while, but once it starts up, you'll see the blue eye turn on, and then it'll start to scan my face with the Raspberry Pi camera there, and you'll see in the program window here that it says my face, and this is basically how the facial recognition works on the robot. Now, as for the speech recognition and the audio playback on the robot, things get a little bit more complicated, so just bear with me here. Using this function here, I'm able to use the microphone that's on the robot and convert anything it hears into a string of characters. Now with that string of characters, I'm able to convert it into an audio file right here with this function. Now the audio file I get out of the Google text-to-speech function is an MP3 format, which is not usable to me, so I have to convert that into a WAV file, which is done with this function right here. Then with that, I'm able to just play back the audio in chunks, and that's it for the audio playback. It's as simple as that. Although how convoluted it might be, it's how I got it to work. As for the motor movement, you might have heard me mention that I broke up the audio file into chunks, and there's a good reason for that. It's because I needed a way to get the audio and the motor movement to be synchronized. So what I had to do was get the highest value of each individual chunk. That way I can translate it to a position on the servo motor, which is generally a position from 0 to 180. So that was done with this function here, the servo map function. And then after that, it's as simple as just putting the value on the servo and getting it to move at that position. And that just plays the audio and the motor movement at the same time. So if I were to demo this right now, it would look something like this. So in a second, you'll see the robot's eye turn blue. There you go. And now it should be able to listen to what I say. So repeat after me. And it should turn green. And once it turns green, that means it recognizes what I say and is going to play back what I ask.
Repeat after me.
And that's exactly how the robot works for the most part. Now it's the moment you've been waiting for. Using premium grade chatbot technology, you won't be able to tell the difference if you were talking to a human or not. Some of the features include telling jokes. I'm feeling kinda down. Maybe if you could tell me a joke, I'd feel better.
Don't worry, no one will ever find your virginity under all that hair.
Jeez, that was rough. Bad Roast decides it could also check in on how you're feeling. Hey, I'm feeling kind of good today. How are you feeling?
I'm pretty standard right now.
Well, that's good, bud.
You got another question.
And not only can it josh around, it could also inform you of random facts on anything using the Google search function, which takes forever. Hey bud, do you know anything about rats?
Give me a second.
Totally random question. I don't know what I'm getting out of this. We're gonna be here for a while, gang. Just give it a second. Looks like it's getting kind of fast.
Five. There are many different types of rats. Most people have heard of Norway rats, brown rats, pack rats, and roof rats. Black rats.
Wow, thanks, bud. Not only that, it could answer some of the hardest questions in life, giving Robot Buddy the basic essentials needed to make it an excellent friend. I'm feeling kinda lonely. How can I get friends?
Now give me a second.
Let's see what the robot advises us with friends. Because I don't know anything. That's why I'm in this situation with the robot over here.
Can I be your friend? How can I help Chief?
And using world-class facial recognition, Robot Buddy will be able to tell you apart from anybody else, making him your most loyal and best friend. I'm Nicolas Cage, world-renowned actor from movies like National Treasure, National Treasure 2, Book of Secrets, National Treasure 3, which I don't remember the title to, but I made billions and billions of dollars that I threw away.
Don't know you who you are. I only talk to my friends. Goodbye.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay. I guess I'll go find another friend. Oh man, what have I done? Get yours today at your local Walmart or CVS. Man, I hope the FBI doesn't come after me for this one. Just want to say thanks for watching, and do you have any parting words, Robot? Hey, bud? Bud? Hey, buddy? Hey, buddy, you got anything to say? Hey, buddy.
Sorry, could not recognize what you said.
Looks like there's nothing.